What if never spending your very first dollar of the month was enough to multiply your income? At first, it might sound strange or even superstitious. But for centuries, across cultures and traditions, people have seen the very first coin or note they receive as sacred, a seed of abundance. That first dollar carries the energy of beginnings, and beginnings always set the tone for what follows. Just like planting a seed determines the harvest, honoring your first dollar determines the flow of money for the rest of the month. Pay attention? That's why I have a simple invitation for you right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to receive every practice and teaching on abundance. Like this video and share it with someone who also needs to connect with the frequency of prosperity. And write in the comments, I choose abundance now. Imagine this. Instead of crumpling that bill into your pocket or spending it without thought, you set it aside with intention. You recognize it not just as paper, but as a symbol of wealth entering your life. That simple act shifts your mindset from fear to gratitude, from scarcity to abundance. And when you honor money, money tends to honor you back. Now here's where it gets even more powerful. Today, I want to connect this ancient ritual with one of the most proven, practical strategies that wealthy Americans use every single day: diversification. If the first dollar is your sacred seed, diversification is the fertile soil where that seed grows strong. You see, keeping your money in one place is like planting all your seeds in a single pot. If the soil goes bad, everything withers. But when you diversify, spreading your money across stocks, bonds, ETFs, maybe even real estate, you protect your wealth and multiply your chances of growth. Take Luis as an example. He started by keeping the first bill of every month in his wallet as a personal ritual. Each time he looked at it, he reminded himself that money was flowing and would continue to flow. At the same time, he set up a simple system. Part of his income went into a retirement account, another part into index funds, and a smaller portion into a high-yield savings account. 2 years later, his net worth had tripled. He wasn't chasing luck, he was combining ritual with strategy. Spiritually, the first dollar represents respect for money. Financially, diversification represents intelligence with money. When you unite both, you create a powerful synergy, energy plus action. The ritual keeps your vibration open, and the diversification keeps your wealth protected and growing. Here's how you can apply this today. The next time you receive income, whether it's your paycheck, a gift, or even a small side hustle payment, set aside the very first bill. Bless it as the magnet of your fortune. Then, decide how you'll diversify your next steps. Even if it's just 10% of what you earn, spread it into at least 2 or 3 different places. One for safety, one for growth, one for opportunity. Over time, those streams become a river of abundance. So remember this, your first dollar isn't just a bill. It's a seed. And when you honor it and plant it wisely through diversification, you're not just hoping for prosperity, you're building it. When you honor your first dollar, you are doing something far more powerful than just setting a bill aside. You are sending a direct signal of respect and gratitude to money itself. Most people never stop to think about the way they treat their income. They rush to pay bills, spend impulsively, or even complain that what they receive is never enough. But when you consciously take that very first dollar of the month and declare it sacred, you shift the entire relationship you have with money. That dollar becomes a symbol, a reminder that money is not just a tool, it's an energy. And like any energy, it responds to the way you treat it. Think about it. If you see money as scarce, it runs from you. If you see it as a burden, it weighs you down. But the moment you treat money with honor, gratitude, and respect, you stop pushing it away and start welcoming it back into your life. That's the hidden key behind the first dollar ritual. It isn't about superstition, it's about mindset. It's about training your brain to recognize that wealth is already present and more is always on the way. And once your brain accepts that, it begins to look for, attract, and create opportunities you may have ignored before. But here's where the promise gets even stronger. The ritual alone raises your vibration and shifts your mindset. Yet when you combine it with the diversification hack, you don't just attract money faster, you keep it growing safely across multiple channels. Too many people live with the false belief that wealth only comes from luck, one job, or one investment. The truth is, real financial freedom comes from streams, not buckets. Diversification means you never rely on just one source. You spread your wealth across different areas: stocks, bonds, ETFs, retirement accounts, maybe even real estate. This way, no matter what happens in one area, your abundance continues to flow in others. Imagine planting a garden. If you put all your seeds in one small pot, a single storm could wipe them out. But if you spread those seeds across an entire field, some will always survive and thrive. That's what diversification does for your money. It protects it, nourishes it, and multiplies it. Combined with the energy of honoring your first dollar, you now have both the spiritual foundation and the practical structure to build lasting prosperity. The strong promise here is simple. When you respect your first dollar, you align with abundance. When you diversify your money, you secure your future. Together, these two steps create a cycle of attraction and growth. Instead of chasing money, you become a magnet for it. Instead of worrying about losing it, you trust that it will continue multiplying in different ways. And this is the true secret. Wealth isn't built on chance, it's built on alignment. Inner respect plus outer strategy. Energy plus action. That's the promise of the first dollar ritual and the diversification hack. It doesn't just bring money to you. It makes sure money stays and multiplies for you. Let me give you a real example of how this works in the lives of everyday people. Take Michael from Texas. For years, he lived paycheck to paycheck. Every time he got paid, his first instinct was to immediately cover bills, swipe his card, or even complain that his salary wasn't enough. Money always seemed to slip through his fingers, and he never felt like he was in control. But one day, he heard about the first dollar ritual and decided to try it. At the start of the month, he set aside the very first dollar bill he received and placed it carefully in his wallet. He didn't spend it, he didn't fold it carelessly, he treated it as sacred as a seed for wealth. That tiny shift completely changed his perspective. Instead of feeling lack, he started feeling gratitude. That dollar became a symbol of possibility. Within just a few weeks, he began noticing opportunities he had ignored before: side gigs, refunds, and even unexpected bonuses. But he didn't stop there. Inspired by the idea of building wealth safely, he also applied the diversification hack. He opened a brokerage account and began splitting small amounts of money across index funds and bonds. It wasn't a fortune, sometimes as little as $25 a week. But within a year, not only had he saved and invested more than ever before, but his mindset around money had transformed. Michael went from scarcity and fear to confidence and growth. He now says that $1 changed everything. And his story isn't unique. Sarah, a nurse from California, had always struggled with financial stress. Every month, she would stretch her paycheck to cover expenses, feeling like she was barely keeping up. When she tried the first dollar ritual, she said it felt strange at first, just holding a dollar and blessing it, but something shifted inside her. She began to feel calmer, more secure. At the same time, she decided to diversify her savings by splitting her emergency fund into a high-yield savings account and a low-risk ETF. Within 6 months, she had built a safety net she had never experienced before. Then, one day, out of nowhere, she received a $500 refund from an insurance overpayment. She credited the ritual and her new financial discipline, saying, "It's like the universe was rewarding me for finally respecting money." These stories repeat themselves over and over. The ritual creates an energetic shift. You stop pushing money away and start honoring it. And the diversification hack creates the practical foundation. You stop relying on just one fragile stream and open multiple doors for wealth to enter. Together, they work like two sides of the same coin. One spiritual, one financial. The result? People feel lighter, safer, and more confident. And the money begins to show up, not just once, but consistently. This isn't magic, it's alignment. Respect on the inside, structure on the outside. The first dollar ritual and diversification hack have already changed lives for ordinary Americans, and your story could be next. Here's how you can bring this into your own life in a way that's simple, practical, and powerful. The first step is easy. Every time you receive money, whether it's from your paycheck, a side gig, or even unexpected cash set aside that very first dollar bill of the month, treat it with respect. Keep it flat in your wallet, or even frame it where you can see it. This dollar is no longer just paper. It's a reminder of your abundance and the seed of your financial future. But honoring your first dollar is only half of the equation. To truly grow wealth, you need to give money a direction. And this is where the diversification hack comes in. In America, the wealthy don't rely on just one stream of income or a single type of investment. They spread their money across different vehicles to reduce risk and multiply growth. And the good news is, you don't need to be rich to start. Begin with the basics. Open a high-yield savings account, HISA, for your emergency fund. This keeps your cash safe, liquid, and growing with better interest than a regular checking account. Next, look into a retirement account like a 401(k) through your employer or an IRA if you're self-employed. These accounts give you tax advantages that accelerate growth. Then, consider low-cost index funds or ETFs, which are simple ways to invest in the stock market without needing to be an expert. Even if you only put $20, $50, or $100 a month into each of these buckets, you're already practicing diversification. Think of it as planting different seeds. Some grow fast, some grow slow, but together, they create a forest of wealth that keeps expanding year after year. And here's the mindset shift. When you diversify, you stop depending on one fragile stream of money. Instead, you open multiple doors for abundance to flow. Maybe one month your HISA gives you peace of mind. Another month your ETF grows in value. And over time your retirement account quietly builds wealth in the background. All of these streams work together, and they're powered by one thing: your consistency. So here's the practical challenge. Today, set aside your first dollar. Honor it. Then tomorrow, take 30 minutes to review your accounts. Ask yourself, do I have all my money sitting in one place, or am I giving it room to grow in different directions? If the answer is no, start small. Open a new account, make your first $20 transfer, or set up an automatic contribution. Don't wait until you have enough money. Wealthy people don't wait. They start where they are, with what they have, and they build. Remember, clarity creates wealth. By separating your money into clear categories: emergency fund, retirement, investments, you stop confusion. You stop emotional spending, and you start creating structure. That structure is what turns a single dollar into a foundation for financial freedom. Here's how you can bring this into your own life in a way that's simple, practical, and powerful. The first step is easy. Every time you receive money, whether it's from your paycheck, a side gig, or even unexpected cash set aside that very first dollar bill of the month, treat it with respect. Keep it flat in your wallet, or even frame it where you can see it. This dollar is no longer just paper. It's a reminder of your abundance and the seed of your financial future. But honoring your first dollar is only half of the equation. To truly grow wealth, you need to give money a direction. And this is where the diversification hack comes in. In America, the wealthy don't rely on just one stream of income or a single type of investment. They spread their money across different vehicles to reduce risk and multiply growth. And the good news is, you don't need to be rich to start. Begin with the basics. Open a high-yield savings account, HISA, for your emergency fund. This keeps your cash safe, liquid, and growing with better interest than a regular checking account. Next, look into a retirement account like a 401(k) through your employer or an IRA if you're self-employed. These accounts give you tax advantages that accelerate growth. Then, consider low-cost index funds, or ETFs, which are simple ways to invest in the stock market without needing to be an expert. Even if you only put $20, $50, or $100 a month into each of these buckets, you're already practicing diversification. Think of it as planting different seeds. Some grow fast, some grow slow, but together they create a forest of wealth that keeps expanding year after year. And here's the mindset shift. When you diversify, you stop depending on one fragile stream of money. Instead, you open multiple doors for abundance to flow. Maybe one month your HISA gives you peace of mind. Another month your ETF grows in value. And over time your retirement account quietly builds wealth in the background. All of these streams work together, and they're powered by one thing: your consistency. So here's the practical challenge. Today, set aside your first dollar. Honor it. Then, tomorrow, take 30 minutes to review your accounts. Ask yourself, do I have all my money sitting in one place, or am I giving it room to grow in different directions? If the answer is no, start small. Open a new account, make your first $20 transfer, or set up an automatic contribution. Don't wait until you have enough money. Wealthy people don't wait. They start where they are, with what they have, and they build. Remember, clarity creates wealth. By separating your money into clear categories: emergency fund, retirement, investments, you stop confusion. You stop emotional spending, and you start creating structure. That structure is what turns a single dollar into a foundation for financial freedom. Now let's get practical. It's time to bring the first dollar ritual and the diversification hack into your life in a way that's simple, actionable, and powerful. Tonight or tomorrow morning, the very first time money enters your hands, whether it's your paycheck, a tip, or even a single dollar bill you find, pause for a moment. Don't spend it. Instead, set it aside. Hold it in your hand, take a deep breath, and say silently or out loud, "You are the seed of my abundance." You multiply into prosperity. By doing this, you're not just holding paper, you're planting energy, anchoring respect, and sending a signal to your subconscious that money is welcome here. Place this first dollar in a safe space: your wallet, a special envelope, or even a small box dedicated only to it. Each month, add your first bill to this growing collection. Over time, you'll see a powerful reminder of continuity and flow building before your eyes. But don't stop at the ritual. This is where the financial hack comes in: diversification. The very same day you honor your first dollar, take a small portion of your income, even as little as $20, and direct it toward a diversified account. If you're new to investing, this could be a high-yield savings account, a robo-advisor app like Betterment or Wealthfront, or a diversified ETF. The goal isn't the amount, it's the habit. By separating money for investments as soon as it arrives, you're telling yourself and the universe, "I don't just attract money, I grow it." Here's a simple way to start. Open a brokerage account or use your bank's auto-transfer option. Set it up so that every payday, a fixed amount automatically moves into an investment account. If you're unsure where to begin, start broad. A low-cost S&P 500 index fund gives you exposure to hundreds of companies, spreading risk while letting your money compound over time. Later, you can branch out into bonds, real estate funds, or international stocks. This is diversification in action: many streams, all flowing toward your future. Now combine both steps into one ritual. Every month, when you hold your first dollar, remind yourself, "This is my seed." Then, immediately follow through with the practical action of diversification. Let part of your income flow into multiple channels. It's like planting a garden. One seed is symbolic, a reminder of faith and respect. The other is literal, placing your resources into fertile ground where they can multiply. Together, they align your inner belief with outer mechanics. The beauty of this ritual is that it's repeatable and compounding. Each month, your collection of first dollars grows, reinforcing your abundance mindset. And each month, your diversified investments expand, reinforcing your financial security. One builds confidence, the other builds cash flow. Over time, you'll look back and realize that something so small, a single dollar held with intention, was the spark that rewired your relationship with money and launched your path to wealth. This step-by-step technique isn't complicated. It's consistent, and consistency is the secret to transformation. Do it once, you feel good. Do it every month, you change your future. Now that you've learned the ritual and the financial hack, it's time to anchor the energy with words, because words shape reality. Throughout history, affirmations have been used as tools to reprogram the subconscious, and when spoken with intention, they become seeds planted in the fertile soil of your mind. Tonight, I want you to take this moment to declare a phrase that will connect your first dollar to your future wealth. The phrase is simple, but its power is profound. My first dollar is the magnet of my fortune. Close your eyes for a moment and place your hand over your heart. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is life itself, and just like money, it moves in cycles. Now whisper the phrase softly. My first dollar is the magnet of my fortune. Let the words roll off your tongue slowly, with intention. Imagine that first bill glowing with golden light in your wallet or in your hand, radiating energy that pulls more wealth toward you. Repeat it again, this time louder. My first dollar is the magnet of my fortune. Notice how the words feel in your body. Do you sense a shift in your chest? A softening in your shoulders? That's alignment beginning to take root. Say it a third time, as if you were speaking directly to money itself. My first dollar is the magnet of my fortune. This third repetition locks the phrase into your subconscious. With each cycle, you're telling your mind, money is welcome, money is respected, money multiplies. Now visualize streams of abundance flowing from that $1. Picture it attracting opportunities, a new client, a surprise refund, an unexpected deposit, or even a gift you didn't anticipate. See those channels filling up, not just in one direction, but in many, because you are diversifying, opening doors for wealth to find you through multiple paths. Take another deep breath. As you inhale, imagine pulling prosperity closer. As you exhale, release scarcity, fear, and doubt. Say the phrase once more, holding the breath for just a moment before letting it out. My first dollar is the magnet of my fortune. Feel gratitude as if it's already done. Gratitude is the frequency of receiving. The more you practice it, the more you align with abundance. Tonight, when you place your first bill in its sacred space, repeat this phrase 3 times. And tomorrow, when you make your auto transfer or diversify your investments, repeat it again. This way, the phrase doesn't just live in your mind, it becomes tied to action, energy plus strategy, belief plus execution. Remember, it's not about how much the first dollar is worth in numbers, it's about what it represents. It's the symbol of new beginnings, of fresh flow, of an open channel. By declaring this phrase, you transform it from paper into magnetism. So let's say it together one last time, with conviction. My first dollar is the magnet of my fortune. Now it's your turn. You've just learned a ritual that can change the way you see money forever, the first dollar ritual. You've seen how something so small, so simple, can carry the weight of abundance when you honor it. And you've discovered how pairing it with the diversification hack gives you not just spiritual alignment, but a practical system for real, lasting wealth. But here's the truth. Nothing changes until you take action. So I want you to prove to yourself, right here and right now, that you're ready for your next level of prosperity. Start by honoring this moment. If you felt a shift while listening, if even one part of your mind whispered, yes, this is for me, then don't let it slip away. Anchor it. Act on it. Here's how. First, hit the like button. Not for me, for yourself. Every like is a declaration that you're ready to respect your first dollar, to respect your future wealth, and to signal to the universe that you're open to abundance. Second, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Why? Because abundance isn't a one-time event, it's a practice, a mindset, a lifestyle. Every video here is another seed, another tool to help you align with wealth. If you subscribe, you're not just joining a channel, you're joining a community of people rewriting their financial destiny. And third, this is the most important. Scroll down right now and type these exact words in the comments. I honor my first dollar. Don't just think it. Don't just say it. Write it. Because when you write it, you lock it into your subconscious. You're making a public declaration, not just to yourself, but to the energy of money, that you are ready to treat it with respect, and when you respect money, it respects you back. Imagine what happens when hundreds, maybe thousands of people comment the same phrase together. That's not just interaction, that's collective energy. A wave of abundance that you're now a part of. And in that wave, your declaration multiplies. So picture this. Tomorrow, when you receive your first dollar of the month, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember the phrase. You'll hold that bill, bless it, and put it aside as your magnet of fortune. And then you'll follow through with the practical step, diversifying, putting a piece of your income into multiple channels. That's when it all clicks, belief meeting action, energy meeting strategy. You are not here by accident. You are here because something in you is ready to stop doubting, ready to stop chasing, ready to align with prosperity in a way that is simple, powerful, and lasting. So take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart and declare it now. I honor my first dollar. Type it in the comments. Feel it. Believe it. And tomorrow, watch how money begins to honor you back. This is your moment. This is your seed. And this is the beginning of your abundance story.